Hey everybody, Todd here. Welcome back to another Wellness Talks brief. Now, it's not unusual that a common complaint I get from somebody is that there is a problem that they're dealing with that just can't be solved, won't go away. It could be a repetitive thought, which just keeps coming back at it. How do I do this? I have to wash my hands. I need to get this done. I need to focus on this. I need to follow up with this. And yet, for whatever reason, it just hasn't come of time yet. So what do we do with those thoughts? Well, a lot of times people will spend a lot of time struggling with that thought. So stick around and I'm going to use a quick demonstration to show you what we typically do and what we can do instead using a simple prop, a finger trap, something that you can relate to, something you've probably tried before, but we're just going to tie this all together so that you can have another way to recognize when you're stuck in a mental finger trap and how to get out of it. So I came across this several years ago, and I thought it was a clever idea of demonstrating what it is that we as human beings will often do when we're dealing with a problem, something that we have to solve and that probably can't be solved right now. Like, for instance, do I go in this direction for the job? Do I take this class? Or I'm in the middle of this class, I don't think I'm going to get through it. And we start trying to solve a problem that is going to require a certain amount of time. And as you probably are familiar with, playing with one of these as a kid, I hope. I keep a whole bunch of these on hand here. Sometimes if you have something like this, it definitely helps to experience all the physical sensations that go along with the problem. And we focus on the problem and we push into the problem and we're trying to solve this problem, and we realize at some point, or maybe we don't realize, that our fingers are stuck. And of course, one of the first automatic behavioral responses, the automatic rules is, I need to get my finger out. I need to finish this. I need to figure out how to fix this. I need to fix this. And as we pull and we struggle with this situation, with this thought, we actually just make the trap tighten and the situation becomes worse. Now, for any of you who've done this before, you'll know that right now, just pulling on it, I'm not going to be able to get my fingers out of this trap. If I could just pull this just a little bit, maybe I can. And when we were younger, we would spend a couple minutes there just trying to figure this out. Maybe you had somebody that said, hey, and he gave you a clue of how to get out of this, which is what I'm about to do. We actually have to do the opposite of what it is that we are thinking that we need to do. Now, the rule typically is if my finger gets stuck in a door, my finger gets stuck in something, I pull, and most of the time that rule works. In this situation, however, that rule is not going to work. The context is different. What I have to do is the opposite action. And I can do this by just simply stopping, stepping back, taking a moment, taking a breath, observing what the situation is, and then proceeding to really get present to what's going on here. And remembering I want to do the opposite action. So if I push in instead of pulling, so I'm pushing instead of pulling. When I push, everything loosens up. I can slide my thumb behind here and get my finger out. Holding it steady, I can also then pull this right out of the other side. Now, this problem doesn't go away, but if I go and engage again, I'm just sticking my fingers right back into this finger trap, this mental finger trap. And again, I have to remind myself, I can't do anything. I can't drive my car. I can't do any kinds of arts and crafts. I can't do much. Can't even go get a snack. I mean, I guess I could try to do a snack, and in a way, when we're struggling with something and we're trying to interact with things around us anyways, and this is just in the back of our minds, we're not doing a very good job of interacting elsewhere. Step back, take a breath, and observe. Proceed. We want to move towards a place of peace and acceptance, pushing in, holding on to that thought, holding the thought gently, setting it down on my lap, and then going about and doing other things that are meaningful as I wait for the timetable to click forward before I can do anything else when it comes to this issue. And eventually, with a lot of issues, I can just set it off to the side. Now, this is not always the case. dealing with people who are dealing with chronic health issues. Some days I wake up with it and I'm already here. Other days it's out there and I grab a hold of it and I stick my fingers inside of there and I start to pull again. So what I'd like for you to do then for the rest of the day is just notice, is this a moment where I'm actually stuck in a mental finger trap? And if so, just notice, observe that you are struggling with whatever it is that this is a symbol of, and do the opposite. Push into it. Pull your finger out one at a time, do it slowly, commit 100% to whatever action lines up with what matters right now, here in this moment. The mental finger trap. I hope this little illustration was useful. If it was, could you do me a favor? Just give me a thumbs up below. And if you like this little experiment, just be sure to subscribe. I try to put these out weekly. And until the next time, may you be well.